Because you asked me a question, why you?
I told you she wasn't
So me
going
and
to
Grandma
Virginia
here,
City.
you and Tasha there.
No.
I like how I did that.
Because so you can ask her why
But
she's
you
doing
just
this
need it
for. Why is she
open.
going
Bill
there
already
for?
checked it today.
Why is
It's
this
not
for?
open?
Why
No.
is it?
Memorial. That's why I took you here. This has more history than Bennett or Virginia.
Are we going to get it go back that way?
Hi, great grandma.
Yeah, it's on the way back.
It is neat.
You just take a slight detour.
I'll take you, Mom, since no one's doing it. That's okay.
I was
Michael,
waiting.
here.
Why don't you
Damn it. Why didn't you put her wee thing on so she don't have to walk
It's
like...
good for her legs, Mom, to have them up. We're trying to make Grandma
Oh,
stronger.
shut up. Yeah, Jeremy. No, get it on. Okay. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Okay. Okay, Mike, you're done. Mike,
Let me show you.
Push her back.
right here, Mike. Right here. Not there. Here.
You want the foot pedals on?
No, Dad, because I don't want her foot pads on. I want her legs to get stronger.
Wheelchair operator.
You gotta keep,
Yeah, the
you gotta keep
wheelchair
them up,
operator
Jeremy.
drunk a little
That's
bit.
Michael for you. You heard her, I'm going to kick you up.
I'm recording everything.
Fine, she's good. She's hardy.
You're trying to give her a
No, actually, I'm not. I'm the only one that takes care of her.
Are these the original fences?
They look like
They are copies of the original fence, but this same fence came all over town. That's why they did this to come in backwards. Because those big wheels.
Good job, Mikey.
He's learning.
The movie, with Helen Renbar off the Rose Red. Red Rose?
Well, we get about 50,000 a year. And some of you are from California. I mean, the best known ghost town in the United States is Bode, up there in the Sierras.
This girl is on Rose Red. The movie Rose Red?
I don't know where the movie Rosebud.
But that's her. Ellen
Ellen Baldwin is a historian that lives in Helena, Montana. She writes a lot of ghost books.
Yeah.
Yeah, she writes a lot of ghost
But
books.
she's dead.
Ellen is not. I know what you Not her. No, I know Ellen. I used to work with her. She's probably 8 to 10 years older than me. I'm 58, so she's probably 68, maybe.
I don't know if there's the same one.
So go up in the motel and tell them goodbye.
Someone got $1?
bird.
And the place.
You and that goddamn.
You got $1?
I'll let you guys know who can drink.
Bodie is,
It's yours.
oh, it's up off the I-80,
Don't let
way
grandma
up in the
know about it.
Sierras, at 9,000 feet. Down at the bottom of the hills, Columbia, California, Nevada City area,
Okay.
and they're way up on the top.
Montana's a state.
Go around there and get you guys a tour book.
I told you. I'm going to
Golden Historic Bannock, first major gold strike here in Bannock. Did you hear that?
First major gold strike.
Yeah, look at
in
this.
Montana.
All right, guys, here.
Somebody owes me $8.
Oh, okay.
You get this book for me, I'll pay you back.
Oh, here, Mom wants this. Hello? Here, Mom wants that.
I'll pay you back when I get home.
No, you won't.
You would owe me $24.95.
I told you. She's from the ghost town. Helena,
Is she the one that jumped?
That's yours.
no, she haunts, Virginia City.
One of the nice things about this town
Hey,
is
everybody listen.
you can go in and out of anything unlocked. People lived here to the 1970s. 60s and 70s, they actually called this place Little Chico because so many people from Chico, California had summer houses here. This place was all about gold, founded in 1862, but it is best known for its executions. They hanged 5 men in 48 hours, including the sheriff.
Including the sheriff.
And it is the story that made Montana. We were actually still part of Idaho territory at that point. Our sheriff had served time, was the marshal of Nevada City, California, before he ended up in San Quentin. He got out, he came here, killed a man, the town tried him, acquitted him, then elected him sheriff. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. We murdered Sacagawea's nephew in town, so if you're looking for ghosts.
Are you serious?
And our 7th execution is described as an honest mistake. I would think he would be a ghost.
I'll take you guys to the Sacagawea Hotel too.
Yes.
So we're in Sacagawea country here, right? Because she's born less than 50 miles from here. And Lewis and Clark were here too,
Yep,
just like
yeah.
they're at your house. They were here too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but I mean, it is a regular kind of gold mining town, and gold mining towns are rough places. We have an axe murder here. A woman kills her husband with an axe. Think he might be a ghost. And she was acquitted, so apparently he was really bad. I mean, I do these death stories all the time for people. You know, families come out and they talk, and here's a family.
That one is curious about ghosts.
A family that
Bad.
loses 3 children in 4 days.
Just that's
You know,
what?
that kind of thing.
Wow.
It is horrible, but it's a normal story of the 19th century in very rural America. The medical care's not there, so diphtheria and scarlet fever were huge
Yeah.
killers here.
Yeah, I know.
And by the time we get really into influenza in the 20th century, Bannock's only, 100 people left. So you don't really hear it here, but you hear it up above you in Butte. Because
Yeah,
Butte's huge
Butte's, yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Butte has lots of history.
Butte was a crazy place. It was the largest copper mining town in the world at one point in time. Had well
was?
over
I'll take
100,000
you guys there.
people, and now it's down to about 35,000 people. But Butte is a really interesting place, and Little Whitehall is a nice little town, and a lot of people are piling into it. But
Yeah, we're in
Little too
Butte right
much.
now in the motel.
Uptown Butte,
Oh, way up there where the old.
you want to go up on the hill.
Way up on the old.
I'll take you there.
Old Butte. I know
Oh
what
yeah,
he's
old
talking
Butte.
about.
One of the most gruesome executions in Montana history is the hanging of Frank Little. And they kidnapped Frank in a hotel. Frank's a labor organizer. He's a radical of his day. And Frank Little gets captured in a hotel, and they tie him up and they drag him around town behind a car till they say he has no kneecaps left. And then they throw him off a railroad trestle and hang him. And so when you
Jesus.
get up in the morning,
God,
when
they
you
were
see-
brutal back then.
they're very brutal, and he is a labor organizer for the most radical group ever called the IWW, the International Workers of the World.
What, was he trying to like do a good cause or something?
Well, depending on what side of the story you're on, yeah. I mean, he is for the radicals of radicals at that period of time. And then a lot of people actually believe other more moderate labor unions actually killed him because he was too radical. But Butte has got, I mean, it's got a lot of interesting history. Bannock is kind of where Montana begins because it's gold
It's the first
and
capital
executions.
before Helena became the capital.
And before Virginia City. So this story, because you were going to take them there, Virginia City at some time.
Yeah.
This is the exact same story, but this happens first.
This one does?
Because
Yeah,
Bannock
beginning.
is first.
Okay.
And then when this gets too crowded, these men find Virginia City.
Yep.
And Virginia City is truly a world-class gold deposit. And so that means more people, more crime, more violence, more executions. We only hang 7.
So it comes from Bannock to Virginia City up through Boulder and
Up from
Helena?
Boulder to Helena.
Okay.
That is the basically route.
They
Okay.
have some bad people in Virginia City.
Well, they
Did you
hang.
get my book?
It's right here. It is Virginia. They hang one named Boone Helm. Boone Helm's wanted for cannibalism. And there's all these stories of Boone running around with a
Who
human
would
leg
agree that
and
got-
slicing the pieces off as he eats.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You have to have a little fun with it too. I mean, it's gruesome, but I mean, that's not an unusual story. I mean, California starts this gold rush thing, and it just moves from place to place, and it doesn't stop.
Wasn't there 3 that was hung for robbery? Robbing the stagecoaches and trains?
Well, there's no trains. That's not part of our
Not-
story. They're not there yet.
Okay.
But in Virginia City, they hang 5 men simultaneous. all at one time. Here we hang 5 in 2 days. They do 5 at once, and I mean, they have probably the most interesting, since you like these stories, they hang a guy named Jack Slade. Slade was
That
famous
sounds familiar.
he was famous in his own day. I mean, Mark Twain knew him and wrote about him in a book called Roughing It.
Mark Twain?
Yeah, they hang him for drunken disorderly conduct.
Hell of a
You
guy.
were not very long.
Half the
Yeah, he
people
would be dead.
in this day
So
and
they
age.
hang him, and his wife is really angry and won't let him be buried there. So that poses the unique challenge. What do you do with your dead husband? She pickled him. She preserved him in a coffee full of alcohol in the parlor.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
They're nutso people.
Jack
back
is
then.
now part of the cemetery tour of Salt Lake City where she took him. And I always tell people the funny part of the story is she's remarried before she gets home. But then I tell this story and I'm telling it to some people from England and this woman starts telling me preserving human bodies in alcohol wasn't all that unusual, especially for important people, because it gives you this opportunity then to travel with them and get them home for the proper burial.
Right?
And she goes on and tells me, you know this is where the term rock cut whiskey comes from? Because after you remove the body, you still package and consume that alcohol.
Ew. Oh my god!
I had to start looking it up right away, and all the stories are similar, they're not all exactly. But she gave me the story of a British admiral named Lord Nelson and how they shipped him around in a brandy keg to get home.
That's
So how
funny.
did the vine kill the
Oh my
hundred?
God, they're crazy
In
guys.
Butte, the speculator mine disaster.
I would say take
is
pictures
the
and you
largest
can-
underground mine disaster in American history.
It'll tell you
And
the.
it's all 20th century, and
I'm doing a live action video.
electricity was just, well, it was there, but now they're starting to electrify underground, and it ended up being the cause of the explosion too. So gas builds up, and the men are pulling through the electrical wires, you know, and they're all in big insulated bunches, and they're pulling them through, and it starts spraying, and all of a sudden the wires are starting arcing underneath and blows them all up. The largest underground mine disaster in American history.
Do you have water?
That's gonna be.
I do have water in the back too.
I'm gonna lay with you and read that
I'm
with you.
dying to get into this.
Grandma, you want some water? Anybody want some water?
Yeah,
This
get,
town's in here,
you might
too.
want, nah,
You guys give me enough for $25.
How much water did you get, Jeremy?
I'm gonna get water for everybody right here.
Julie, take a picture of this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm not-
Stay in front of this.
Huh?
Okay, babe.
Picture's up here.
He said, don't worry about it. Let's go ahead and pay it.
Yeah.
Then donate.
Well, then you know what? They put a tip in there for us. For the-
He doesn't have cash.
Has the gold been completely consumed over here?
Probably not, so I get to meet a lot of minor
Which one?
geologists in this whole